At confession, the priest told me, if I were you, I'd tell the police to dig up your backyard. I hadn't been to confession in 10 years, but my husband Lester had been acting so strange lately that I needed guidance from someone. Father Fisher sat quietly as I explained Lester's weird behavior, like coming home at odd hours and washing his clothes separately. When I finished, Father Fisher was silent for a long moment, then said something that made my blood freeze. If I were you, I'd tell the police to dig up your backyard. What? Why would you say that? He shifted uncomfortably. Someone came to confession months ago. They described burying something in a backyard. They gave details about the layout that match what you've told me about your home. Why didn't you report it? The seal of confession is sacred. I cannot break it even for crimes. But nothing prevents me from advising you about your own property. You think my husband killed someone? I cannot say who came to confession. I can only suggest you investigate your own yard. I left the church shaking Lester, and I had been married for 2 years. He was controlling and jealous, but I never thought he was capable of murder. That night, I watched Lester in our backyard. He kept staring at the corner where we'd planted tomatoes last spring. He'd insisted on doing all the garden work himself. Why don't you ever let me help with the garden? I asked. I like doing it alone. It's peaceful. The next morning after Lester left for work, I went to the corner of the yard. The soil looked different there, newer than the rest. I got a shovel and started digging. 3 feet down, I hit something hard. Plastic. My hands were trembling as I brushed away the dirt. It was a tarp wrapped around something. I called 911. I think there's something buried in my backyard. My priest said, just please come. The police arrived with detection equipment and started scanning the yard. Their machines kept beeping in multiple spots. They marked 4 different areas. Ma'am, we need to excavate these sections. I sat on my porch watching them dig. The first body came up after an hour, wrapped in blue tarp and decomposed. They called for more units. By evening, they'd found 4 bodies, all young women in their 20s, all wrapped the same way. Do you recognize any jewelry or clothing? The detective asked, showing me evidence bags. I looked at a distinctive bracelet and my heart stopped. That's Rebecca's. She was my best friend. When did you last see her? 2 years ago, right before I married Lester. She begged me not to marry him, said he was toxic and dangerous. All my friends did. The detective showed me 3 more items. A necklace I'd given Carrie for her birthday, Pamela's college ring, Andrea's watch. All 4 of my best friends who'd tried to stop my wedding. They'd called Lester controlling and scary. They'd said they couldn't support me if I married him. I'd thought they were being dramatic and cut them off. They all told me not to marry him. I whispered. They said he gave them bad vibes. I chose him over them. Lester came home while the police were still digging. He saw the cars and tried to run, but they caught him in the driveway. Those bitches were trying to ruin us, he screamed as they cuffed him. They were jealous. They wanted to break us up. I stood there watching them put him in the squad car. My 4 best friends had tried to save me from a monster they'd seen what I was too blind to see, and he'd killed them for it.